camera. Look at the camera. We are live. Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of the Superhero Hour. And with me, of course, is Mr. Lou Rod. How's it going, man?
I'm doing well. How are we this evening?
Good, good. Sorry I didn't post this early, so some of you are going to catch this later on. But let's go ahead and jump into the show. We had some trailers this week. We had 4 trailers.
Yes, we did.
I'm going to start off with today's trailer, the one that kicked off some serious hype for today. I'm talking about Black Panther. What do you think, Lou?
I absolutely enjoyed it. That music that they played in this particular trailer had me pumped.
It's good, man. It's good. I like the trailer. I like the music. Some people were complaining that they didn't like it. I thought it was, the music in the first trailer was better, yes, but then again, this is only minusculely slightly lower, just a smidge. The trailer's on point though. I mean, like, you got to see.
I'm sorry.
You got to see the Jaguar suits.
This one was better. This one was better not just because of the music. This was a full-on trailer, not a teaser. We saw more footage. I mean, for God's sakes, we saw Ulysses Claw shoot something out of his.
He has a sonic disruptor. That's what he usually has.
That thing was bad as you know what.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dude, Black Panther gets dropped out of his whatever that was, the building,
the plane. It's there. So basically, this is how it is. In the comic books, the Avengers plane and the Shield plane is basically copied from Black Panthers in the comics. So their tech is on point, as you can see remember, he has fabric that turns into armor. Think about it. Not like Iron Man that has to get a suit that turns into armor. He has cloth. Remember when we saw Killmonger take out his swords and then everything turned into
just disintegrated.
Yeah, and then his Jaguar suit came up. Yeah, that's Wakanda for you, man.
Dude, I marveled over the fact that he's free falling and throws his own versions of the T-spears.
I know. I was like T-Spheres? I was like, oh.
I don't, dude, this movie here, bring it. I'm ready.
Yeah, I like the trailer. I think it hit quite well. I enjoyed it all the way through. Again, I have a trailer reaction. You guys can check it out. I'll attach it to the link under each trailer we talk about as we go on. New Mutants, next trailer. What did you think?
With New Mutants? I have no idea what the hell that movie's about. I was lost, but I'm intrigued. Like me and Charles talked about a little earlier. It's a mixture of a superhero movie with a horror genre. So I'm intrigued by that.
Yeah, I've forgotten the storyline from the comic. There's a storyline that's actually based off. So I was like, okay, cool. I'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, it didn't warrant a reaction, I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, like I took a peek at the trailer because I was out, and I took a peek at it, and I was just like, And usually I don't take peeks at it. I just wait till I get back. So
you spoiled yourself.
But then I watched it. I was like, yeah, it's all right.
On board needs some love, man.
Yeah, true. Anyway, Stranger Things is next. Didn't do a reaction just because I was busy. I just didn't have time. But that trailer was dope, and the music too. It's basically the Stranger Things intro music, but somebody did a cover for it, and it was on point.
I thought the trailer was good. I'm looking forward to watching what they do this season.
Yeah, it looks like the Demogorgon has grown bigger.
Hey, they can't stay small forever.
That's true. And then, of course, finally, the Star Wars Last Jedi trailer, which I think, that's my own personal opinion, is the best trailer out of all the trailers we've seen.
Yeah, I'll go with that one with Black Panther being number 2.
Yeah, no, definitely, definitely. The reason why I say that is two reasons. One, there's a reason why you do not you use um, an orchestra or thematic music for your trailers. It gives more oomph. A prime example is if you go back to Justice League trailer, the beginning was so sweet. Granted, the music was fine, but it just didn't carry it the whole way through, right? Like even Black Panther, which had but Black Panther's music also was built to match, like you could feel that's the tone of the movie, right? Meanwhile, with Justice League, to me, I preferred, like, remember the other trailer had the Come Together one?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was actually better. It actually fit better than the last one we had. Then you have Star Wars, which of course has its usual Star Wars theme, but it felt so good. Everything was cut so well. I remember, like, I sent it to Sam. Sam was not eager to watch this second Star Wars movie. He was like,
"Why?
Why?" Well, I mean, so from our point of view, I get his point of view. He's like, episode 7 was nice, but it was exactly what I watched before in episode 4. So to him, he wanted to see something different. I think that was just his main point.
Well, if that's his case, then maybe he should have that philosophy to the last one, because Abrams is directing it.
Yeah, no, I mean, but it was just, I didn't think he even paid attention to who's directing. He just looked at it as like, and then we saw Rogue One, and again, my thoughts about Rogue One. It was like,
you guys wanted way too much off of Rogue One, and Rogue One was an excellent movie for what we knew was going to happen.
All I know is that I was very happy last minute they threw in Darth Vader. That was it. That was all I cared about in that movie completely. I mean, I watched it again a couple of times with some friends, and I'm like, it was that Darth Vader scene. I'm waiting for it. That's pretty much it. I just don't have anything for it. But with this one, this trailer was just cut very well. I'll put it that way. It was well done,
dude. And then, like you said, the score was brilliant.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like you just getting ready to just go and fight, and just you raise your Kamehameha and like get to like Dragon Ball Z, super God mode. You could feel that energy getting pumped up. It was just rising, which is good. It was great. It was a really solid trailer, and I'm excited to see all these movies. Even Humans, like I said, it was just one of those where I was just like, we just have to wait and see, because they didn't give me anything. And I was like, I was just hoping they weren't just trying to cash into the horror craze, in the sense that they've been good horror movies. So please don't make a superhero movie that's horror that sucks. You know what I mean? Like lately, we've just been getting some really good horror movies in general. So
yeah,
I don't want them to get there, try and copy it, and then you're like, you failed.
And then what I loved about the Star Wars trailer is all the misdirects.
Oh yeah. I mean, of course, at the end, that wasn't the same location. He wasn't really doing that. Who was Snoke talking about? Some people were saying it's her, it's him. He's still talking about him. He's not talking about anyone else.
He had to be talking about Kylo, because she never really experienced her true power until, I think, The Force Awakens.
Yeah. So, which is why I didn't like her statement in the trailer where she says, "I've always felt there's something inside me." I was like, when? You only felt it at the very end of the first movie. So,
well, we don't know her backstory leading up to when she was on Jakku and prior to going to Jakku.
No, it's not that. It's not that. This is where J.J. Abrams failed, in my view, in the sense that he didn't drop hints. I mean, like, we knew she was going to be the Jedi, but like, you gotta, it's like, look, he was trying to copy an anime and he failed. That's why I say he didn't do things correctly for me. In an anime, right? Even if the character eventually at the end of the episode or season 1 gets his powers, right? This little glimpse, just little things that you go like, oh, I can see it coming, right? I feel it. But when you still see at the end, it's so massive, it becomes big. It's like that. It's like a Bleach moment. The first time Ichigo becomes a Soul Reaper and stops someone. Like, it has to be like that. And then, the last fight in that movie, I didn't like it at all. I didn't like that fight at all, because it was not well done at all. To me, they made it seem like Kylo didn't know how to fight. And some people were like, well, he wasn't expecting it. I was like, oh, well, if you're going to make it that he wasn't expecting it, you have to make it like I'm going to reference anime again.
See, look, I get
you got to reference it as a Gohan moment when Gohan defeated Cell and went like powered up. Gohan has never reached that power level again, but I'm just saying that he showed his full potential.
Well, we know why Gohan never reached that power level again. It's because of Chi-Chi.
Yeah, I know. I'm just saying that in general, yeah. But this case, she doesn't have a Chi-Chi here. She has Luke, right? And Luke might actually stop her considering he's like, I've seen this kind of power before, and I'm afraid. So,
but in his defense here, you've got to look at it from the point of view where when he was fighting Finn, he was injured. Remember the blast shot he took from Chewie? I think that's what kind of slowed him down because he should have honestly had cakewalk with Finn. Finn shouldn't have been able to hang with him.
Of course. But even that too, like it's to me, it wasn't done well. It was not like that's the kind of thing that I would have just pushed Finn away, like force pushed him away. I'm like, bye bye. I won't even get into a fight. That's why I say that to me, there were certain things. Look, Star Wars has not done a good job in fight scenes. Only episode 3 till this very date has the best Jedi fight scene. Star Wars fan films have better fight scenes than Star Wars movies. It's just what it is. As much as we like Jedis and stuff like that, the only good fan snippet was in episode 1, right? When we saw that quick fight where Darth Maul just basically almost demolished, both of them. So
that was a good fight.
Yeah.
You had some good fights in Clone Wars.
Clone Wars, yes, it's animated, right? They can enhance it. They can do a lot of things. But I'm saying the movies themselves, episode 3 is the height of all the fight scenes. So
yeah, because then you figure Kenobi became the hermit and Vader really didn't have to wield the lightsaber as much.
No, I absolutely. I'm just saying that in this movie, if we see any two lightsabers clashing, it's got to be good, man.
I want to know how they're going to make Luke fight. Is he going to fight like a hermit?
I don't know, man.
I don't expect Luke to be flipping like freaking Yoda did in Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith.
No, he shouldn't be. He shouldn't be. But he should be able to parry pretty well. I mean, man, Force gives you distinction to understand what's going to happen. So, you should fight like a master. Like, I mean, like, that's the thing. Like, he should fight like a true older master. You watch all these kung fu shows and you see the old master. He looks really slow and he does something really quick and he slows down again. Like, that's what I would expect to see. But hey, anyway, that's my yabbing and talking about the last Star Wars movie. Anyway, let's get to some movie notes and then we'll get to our shows. A couple of notes. So Warner Brothers, Fox, and Universal will be joining Movies Anywhere. That's what it's called?
I don't know. I didn't read it.
Disney Movies Anywhere. So Disney's online service, which is called Disney Movies Anywhere, I guess, will include Warner Brothers catalogs. Warner Brothers CEO says they like Disney's deal. They want to join and do it. So there you have it. And you know what? It's cool. At least Warner Brothers is smart and saying, you know what? Instead of us starting our own service, which they kind of have with WB Access, which they're going to be doing for what do you call it again? Titans and a few other shows. But at least they're saying, look, our content is going to be everywhere. We're not,
That's what I think they're going to do. They'll probably have it on the WB Access as well.
Yeah.
But hey, it doesn't hurt to have it on all these platforms because you're getting money regardless.
Exactly. There we go. So I like that. For those who pick up Disney Access, sure, no problem. You will get to watch, all the content other than Disney stuff. So that's a big plus. So kudos to that one. At least people aren't getting screwed. Sylvester Stallone, who is now directing Creed, says they're going to be starting in February. So, and it looks like, we know that he's in shape. He's much bigger than he was in Creed, if you look at the trailer. from
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan from Black Panther. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. But see, what I'm not liking so far, I think the premise is he's going to go fight Ivan Drago, whatever the hell his name was from Rocky IV.
I don't know. Huh? Don't like that.
They're bringing the Russian in play. I've seen that.
Is he fighting his son? I know he's training, but is he fighting his son or him? Or
that's the question. It's like,
I mean, fine, if he's fighting his protege, it would be like, I mean, I get it, but I mean, it makes sense though, actually. You know what? Not fighting him, but after he wins, Ivan would definitely want to come back and be like, yeah, like I beat your father, that kind of thing. Like,
bigger equals fatter. He's more swole.
Who?
Richie A. He goes, bigger equals fatter. To your Michael B. Jordan comment.
Oh.
Well, what he meant to say was he's more swole versus Creed.
Creed was cut. Now he's bulk. I mean, it's like he literally is bulk. Gambit locks in February 2019. 14th, 2019.
Yeah, February 14th, 2019.
My own thing with Gambit is, who are they going to cast as Rogue?
Will Rogue be in the movie? That's the $1 million
question. She better be. It would be cool if we get to see Rogue get her powers in this movie.
But doesn't she get her powers from Captain Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
Is Captain Marvel a character that can be shared? That's the question.
Marvel can be, so they could switch it to be Marvel. Because Marvel is part of the Kree storyline, and you can that's the one they can share.
Okay.
Because remember, the Kree storyline also is in Fantastic Four, right? And
whatever they're doing with them.
No. But I mean, Fox owns that also as well. I mean, they can use that as well. So if it's that, then they can use Marvel instead, or they can just say it's a Marvel, a previous version of Marvel, something like that, instead of making it to differentiate a little bit. But it would be nice to see the character. I mean, her get her powers that way.
Now, I remember seeing it in the animated. What did she do? She held on to her too long?
Yeah, pretty much.
And that's how she got flight and all that?
Mm-hmm. And super strength.
Okay.
She's strong. She's not as strong as Captain Marvel proper, but I mean, like, she's damn strong.
Strong enough.
Yeah. And then it gets a working title. I forgot what the working title is.
I forgot. It wasn't important.
Well, we shall see. Hopefully it turns out well. Moving on to some TV news. Victor Garber is exiting Legends of Tomorrow in season 3. So is he playing the whole? Is he playing the whole season, or is he done after a couple episodes?
That's the $1 million question, because they're not done filming. So how do they get him off in Jackson? Because remember, they set a key point in this first episode this week.
Mm-hmm.
We need to hook up at least once a week and supercharge ourselves by merging.
Yeah.
So what's going to happen there? That's the question. I get it. He can't keep filming because, hey, he's a Broadway actor, and their schedule really doesn't give him much downtime.
Yeah, it doesn't. We just have to wait and see. I mean, they'll come up with some ingenious way. He might get stuck somewhere in time, and they will have to look for a time alternative for him. And most likely it might be just the younger version of him. They'll cast somebody else. That's an easy way to do it. You just say, look, he's stuck, or he sacrificed to save the team, and then they go back and get a younger version of him. Or
maybe.
Something. Yeah, they'll
figure it out.
Yeah, they have options already. Black Lightning cast Edwina Findley in a recurring role. That starts up in the beginning of next year. So she was in The Wire and Treme. So Actually cast somebody with some good acting skills in the show. So
cool.
Hey, we got to wait and see. Kit Harington and Rosie Leslie's wedding may delay Game of Thrones production. I don't think it will, but might be one.
Seriously, man, he can't delay his wedding.
Might be. I mean, this is bullshit. This is only going to be a day for this. Although,
you got to remember the honeymoon.
They might delay the honeymoon until they're done, or at least till he's done.
Remember, man, he's going to take her back to the hot tub time machine in the cave.
Whatever, man. Cast member says they have not received scripts for season 8 yet, and they will not receive scripts for season 8. So basically,
don't blame them.
Yeah, it's going to be that. In terms of quick other news, this week is Flash week, so you're going to see some promos and more stuff from Flash from Justice League as they had with Aquaman week last week.
Is that what that crap is with him playing on Facebook with and all that crap?
Yeah, so just like last week, they did Aquaman week, and you got a lot of like different things, shots of Aquaman and other behind the scenes stuff from the movie. This week is Flash. Most likely, it's going to be Cyborg week next, Batman week, and it's going to end in one.
Cyborg, they changed his origin story for the movie.
Yeah, I mean, it's not that far off.
It's not.
I mean, they changed his origin story. So remember, it's changed a couple of times. Remember, he in the animated cartoon that you watch, Justice League War, he was damaged while they were trying to mess around with the mother box. The father used the mother box to repair him is one of the biggest change. Not that he's part of the mother box itself. So the mother box tech, and also again, mother box is from New Genesis. Father boxes are from Apocalypse, but they're just calling them mother boxes. It's a difference, but it's just what it is. I think they just call it a mother box, like singular, to make it simple, instead of giving a lot of differentiation. Because just a quick summary: Darkseid was in battle with the New Gods, and the New Gods are from New Genesis. They use mother boxes, and Darkseid uses a father box. That's just the difference, like. So it's not that far off. It's just changes. It's just like Flash. Flash also is in college instead of him being a forensic scientist. But it fits the Flash character that you have. You can tell that he's still, he's young. It's not like he's working or something. So
yeah, and he likes to laugh.
Yeah.
But did you see the other news that Jeff Johns didn't like Zack Snyder's vision of the DCEU?
Yeah, so I read the whole thing, and it's not as, the title doesn't do it justice. So basically what it was is Jeff Johns raised concerns that there were not enough light-hearted moments. Fair enough. And it's a good simple criticism. And I think that's what he was, especially with Superman, he was like, he wanted to get that in there. And to his credit, how people reacted anyway. So maybe if they'd listened to him and just added more, it would have balanced out for a lot of people. But you can tell that they are trying to remingle their way in terms of making it lighthearted, which is one of the things that's always interesting, because we've heard all the Thor reviews and saying it's a really funny movie. Now, me personally, that's not something I necessarily want to see. As you guys probably know me well, not that I don't like funny movies. I do. My superhero movies, I just like it to be balanced. I don't want it to be just funny. So I don't know if you've seen the clip of Thor and Korg talking, where he picks up the sword. It's like, I miss my hammer. And I see the scene. I know it's funny. I realize it's funny. I didn't find it funny. That was just it. It was just kind of like, it reminded me of Guardians of the Galaxy, where they threw in jokes into scenes where like one joke was enough, not five. So we'll see. But again, I haven't watched the movie, so I don't know. I just hope that it doesn't become that trend, and I don't want DC movies to be that way, where you just throw in jokes and that's it.
Look, that was WB's honchos getting with Jeff Johns and telling him, "Look, man, lighten this up a little bit, get a little more funny in there. This dark, serious tone ain't making us any money, even though it's making us money.
It's not making us the kind of money we want to make. It's different.
Yeah, we want billion-dollar movies, not this high 800 million. Get this shit in order.
Yeah.
Fire Zach, and that's it.
You're gonna miss a lot of style, man. Zach brings some style. Zach is the only one who brings.
Zach brings some beautiful visuals. I'll give you that.
Zach is the only one who brings those moments where you're like, I've seen that in the comic book. Even though you can't remember which Batman comic book or Superman or whatever, you're like, oh, I've seen that. I've seen that. So anyway, let's get on to our shows. First show, of course, Star Trek Discovery.
Okay.
Even though it was yesterday, but I mean, we can.
Well, technically, we should have ended with it, but whatever. I found the episode great. I like the use of the F-bombs.
Yeah. And I forgot it was on CBS All Access, so they can. Yeah.
Yeah, but people are saying this is the first time Star Trek is cursed. No, you ding-dongs. Go back to Star Trek 4. You will hear them drop 2 F-bombs in that movie.
It's like 2 F-bombs, not 1.
The driver who yelled at Spock saying, double fuck you, and then Spock saying it right back at him.
Oh, Ronald, man, you left.
Had to get back to work.
All right, man, Ronald, take it easy. It was. I liked the episode. I liked the fact that now humans would be navigators for.
Well, we all know that doesn't work.
Yeah, so they got to find a way.
But they don't.
Well, we'll see. We'll see how.
Well, we know this because future Star Trek don't have those 4 drives.
No, they don't. They don't have this.
So it ain't gonna happen.
So here's the question: the Klingon lady, is that the same lady that betrayed the dude, or is it a different one?
No, it's the same lady. And the theory that Jason Inman has is that the guy she was with somehow became a human. Like, I guess they have some kind of technology where he could cloak himself to a human. And now he got himself onto the Discovery. That's his theory. And it kind of makes sense with the way he broke it all down. Because the actor who plays him has no acting chops whatsoever. And he's featured in every episode.
Those are all his acting credits.
Star Trek Discovery is the only one.
That is so that is why they said that makes sense now when she goes. Remember when he says, like, what do I have to do? He's like, you have to give up everything. In my mind, then I was like, he already lost everything.
But
now if he becomes human, or at least whether it's cloaking, whether it's they transferred his brain, or whatever the case may be.
And then he also mentioned that they were having sex.
Yeah.
Because how does Homeboy survive for 7 months on that ship without a scratch on him?
Yeah, Klingon sex is rough.
Oh, Jesus Christ. I didn't want to know all that.
No, I mean, like, if you watch Deep Space Nine with, what's his name, Wolf, and the lady with the tattoos on the side of her body, yeah, they always mention how, like, yeah, it was rough. So, I mean, that was just what it was. Okay, that is interesting.
And then the whole thing with I kind of had a feeling the doctor was gay.
I mean, yeah, I knew from the beginning,
but I didn't realize his lover was the science officer.
I knew once he turned and he was like. Because you think about it, most Star Trek doctors will not turn and look. They'll be disgusted or they'll be pissed, but they won't necessarily turn and look unless that person is. Think about all the reaction between number 1 and Deanna Troi. Anytime Deanna Troi was pissed at him that he did something, she gave that look like, the hell's wrong with you? So at that point, I was like,
Listen, I thought the episode was great. I didn't like how Lorca just blew up his crew so they wouldn't be tortured by the Klingons. That's like, damn, homie, give me a chance.
Man, Lorca's is a little off, man. Like, dude is more than a little off, man. He's off. Put it that way.
And I did not realize the guy from The Office was
yeah,
Mud from the original series.
That's Dwight.
Mm-hmm. So I mean, dude, I like what they're doing. I mean, the show's getting better.
Yeah.
The visuals don't look bad when they're showing them from outer space.
Oh yeah, especially when the ship is jumping, it's fantastic.
So I like what it's done, and I can't wait to keep watching. You know, we've got that was episode 4. We got 5 more to go until the end of the first half of the season.
How many episodes?
We're getting 9, and then the remaining, I think it's 7 or 8 in the back half.
All right, cool.
Back in January.
All right, that's cool. It's good, cool beans. Let's see. Next up is Supergirl.
Pass.
Oh, now you want to pass. When I said I might skip it, you're like, yeah, Supergirl. You know,
I watched it. I'm sorry, bro. Okay, you sent your boyfriend to outer space because you had to save the planet. Get over yourself, donkey. I mean, seriously, you had 6 months, dude. You're like a whiny ass brat. Oh God, that's what pisses me off with these shows. That they cater too much to teenage drama.
Yeah, that's right. Look, Supergirl as a show, there's a lot of that. You know, I get it if it was the first month. I understand, you know, but 6 months in, come on. There's a lot of dragging. Who was the villain this week? I can't remember. Oh, Morgan. See, I was happy they brought Morgan Edge in, but they didn't focus. I mean, when they focused on Morgan Edge, I was happy because it was the guy's name again, the guy from Heroes, the one who could fly.
The General Talbot.
Yeah, General Talbot. Yeah, but he was Peter Petrelli's brother in Heroes. But yeah, I was like, okay, cool. You know, if you know anything about Morgan Edge, the storyline with Morgan Edge in the comic books, Morgan Edge was a powerful businessman, and he bought the rival newspaper to the Daily Planet. He used to run a gang called Intergang. They had different part-times. One time he was a businessman. He was also a gangster. Intergang is an interplanetary gang that actually worked with Darkseid.
Okay.
So I don't know if they will do that at all, or even anyone from Darkseid. It would be nice if they did one person, because then to me it would be, because one of the best Supergirl stories is that Darkseid has always tried to get her because the thought that she is stronger than Superman. So it would be a prime person for him to add to his army. But I want to see where that goes. That to me, part I was like, okay, if you have Morgan Edge here, then that means you got to take some of his storyline in, right?
Hopefully. And then you want to know what else pissed me off? And my cousin brought it up because we were talking about it last week. The chick at the end who had the scary dream.
Yeah.
He has a feeling she's the doomsday of this season. And if that's the case, why are they copying Smallville? Because that was a stupid storyline in Smallville. Why are you doing it here? You're going to push me away with stupid storytelling.
Yeah, I know, but we'll have to wait and see. Oh, sorry, I was yawning. Next up is The Flash.
I actually enjoyed The Flash.
I have mixed feelings about the episode. And I enjoyed most of it. I liked the fact that, okay, I like what she did, Iris, and I get it. It's coping mechanism, right? She's just said, Barry says I need to focus on helping everyone, so I'm gonna do that and just consider him gone. And I like at least one person in the group it's not like she didn't do Supergirl. That was the difference. If you think about it, right? Look at the two characters, right? Both of them lost someone. Supergirl's one is not even dead. She doesn't know what's happening to Barry. She has at least a valid excuse to believe that the Speed Force could kill him or trap him or whatever the case may be. Supergirl just sent her boyfriend into space.
Yep.
To go away from death, because if he stayed on Earth, he would die. And she coped with it by saying, okay, look, Barry said this is what I should do. I should do this for him. I'm going to stick by it. So nobody should ask me any questions or complain about shit. Like, she just was like, mm-mm. And to me, that was cool. That was good. The whole thing with Killer Frost, I'm like, I thought we'd go.
Now, I have a theory. Who she was working for, I think, is Katie Sackhoff's character.
Most likely. Who's her character again? I can't remember.
I don't remember, but it's some underground boss that works for the Thinker as well.
But we got to see the Thinker. I did like the look of the Thinker, though. I didn't think they were going to go like that high tech.
Oh, he looked a little cheesy, but what do you expect? It's TV.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't bad. I mean, but you know, the only difference with the Thinker is that he looks a lot like Metron. Metron is a god who always shows up to observe things. And he has this chair. He can teleport anywhere, time or place. And whenever big events happen, he just sits down there. Batman has sat on his chair and became the Bat God, where he basically knew everything. He found out who the Joker was, found out who killed his dad. Thought he could defeat Superman. I mean, yeah, there's a whole bunch of
craziness.
Yeah, it's in New 52. Everybody, all Batman fans are like, yeah, man, Batman is Bat God.
Yeah, no thanks.
Yeah, it was cool though. I mean, it's cool for a while. Like, he refused to get off the chair. You know, like that was the cool thing about that storyline was you see the crazy side of Batman and who he is. He was in the Bat Cave and he's sitting down. He's going through all this stuff. And then Alfred brings him food and he's like, he's not hungry. And Alfred's like, you need to get off that chair at some point. It's like, no, I do not. I mean, like, he started, like, his ego, and because he felt he now has the power to all this information, he can solve everything, that he might as well sit down there and solve it. And that just shows you exactly who Batman is. He's not, remember, he's not Bruce Wayne, he's Batman. That's his ego. And, you know, he's just a funny individual. It's funny. Sam sent me this comic strip. I don't know what comic it's from, but it's like it's one of these comics where like Wonder Woman meets Batman and Superman for the first time. And she's like, "Who are you?" She's like, "Well, the lasso truth will tell us." So she stretches it out and she goes, "My name is Diana of Themyscira." Superman says it's Clark Kent, also known as Kal-El, and Batman goes, "Batman." That's all he said. He was like, Batman. No, Bruce Wayne. Yeah. So that's how he is. So, you know, but we'll see how, going back to the Flash. I mean, like, it wasn't bad. It was just one of those things where I was just like, there's some things that, a little bit, but episode was cool overall. Legends of Tomorrow.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was fun. It's fun uselessness. And even though, you know, the whole Time Bureau thing, I was like, whatever. But, you know.
Yeah, you know, that part. What's his name? Hunter. I'm like an asshole.
Yeah, he's just becoming progressively annoying. Not a bad, like, useless annoying, but I'm like, really, man? When did you become this, like, complete douchebag? You know? It must be residual effects of when they scrambled his brain.
Must be. And then the Roy talk about, what's up, hotcakes?
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't he realize he could get in trouble for that?
Yeah, but I'm sure he likes the beating. That's the problem.
Yeah, Roy looks like the type.
No, but it was solid all the way through. Fun. That's Legends, at least, is a show where, you know, just enjoy it. Don't think too much. You'll be fine. Arrow.
Pass.
Arrow didn't have a strong opening, but it was better than Supergirl. I'll put it that way.
It was, but
I don't think they didn't focus. I think what they did was they made a mistake with this episode. This should have been episode 2, in my mind. than in episode 1. The reason why I say in episode 1, you want to kind of establish, and then I mean, I like the part where he and his son, even though the kid's acting wasn't the best, just showcasing that, his son's looking at him as the villain. The way the mother died was just like, I was also bad acting.
So horrible.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Thea died, but Thea's not dead, most likely. But the way the mother,
this whole stupid island explosion, one person died, and one is in a coma.
Oh, Thea, yeah, exactly. Sorry, in a coma. Yeah,
and then we don't know what happened to Nissa Al Ghul, Talia Al Ghul.
Fine, man. Go on, they're in the castle.
Of course, because they're the League of Assassins. They probably did some mumbo jumbo magic and got off.
No. What annoyed me with that is it's not the bad acting. It's not that. It's the fact that, remember, that Oliver went to go save his own son, aka your son. That's his whole mission. Now when you remember, he's like, I'll stay together with Slade Wilson, right? He's going for his son. Then when Oliver now calls and says the island has explosives, and then Slade is like, you guys will never catch up with me. And they now agree to stay in the plane, right? Okay, plan B, whatever. What does she do? I gotta find my son. Did you not want to ask Oliver, where is our child? I mean, he was on the phone.
I know why they did it. It was just to kill her off.
It was the dumbest thing ever.
Yes, it was.
Dumbest
I felt the episode was, even though it was better than Supergirl in a sense, it was still weak.
It was weak.
This whole Quentin and Black Canary and Black Siren bullshit. Ugh.
Yeah,
that's my daughter. No, fool, she's not your daughter. She's
look. You should know the fact that you shot her should tell you that's not your daughter, because you would not have shot your own daughter. I'm just saying, it was just wasn't the best episode at all.
It wasn't. It really wasn't. I was like, I watched it and I'm like, and then, oh God, bro, will Oliver just let Felicity go?
It's because they have not introduced his love interest, or to be correct, they've not actually created the love connection between him and the real Canary.
Which they probably won't.
They should, because that's who you should be with, but hey, whatever.
Oh my God, dude. Just this whole Quentin wants to redeem this Laurel that's not his Laurel and all this other donkeyness, man. Yeah. Straight up donkeyness. And then you got freaking Diggle, freaking can't hit a target for his life, even though the guy was standing literally 2 feet from him.
2 feet away. Diggle wiggle.
Like, oh Diggle, God. Wiggle. Yeah, Diggle wiggling.
Wiggle.
And then you got the other one, Wild Dog, gets shot in the chest, but he's wearing all this thing. Oh God!
No. I mean, like, he gets shot in the chest. Like, it was close to point blank. So if he's using, it's gonna hurt. What put him in the hospital mostly was the fall.
Yeah.
What was funny about the fall, though, is that from the distance where Oliver was, which was behind all of them, he was still able to run, fire his arrow, and then catch him in midair.
Oh no! Don't get me started on the fact that Donkey was shooting arrows out of water.
Oh yeah, that's right, man.
How is that even possible?
High pressure arrows. High pressure arrows. What I didn't like with this season is they didn't show us the villain or hint at the villain. All they did at the very end of the episode was tell us that everybody now knows Oliver is
Oliver Queen. And who did that?
No, but it's not even that though. Like, if I'm Oliver, I'm like, these rumors have surfaced before, and we've seen somebody just explain the same old images. To me, it's just like, I mean, like, come on. It's either they shot that episode and they did not finalize what they had for the season yet, and then they finally do. So I wasn't too pleased. But anyway, did you watch Inhumans? Because I've stopped watching.
I still watch it. I'm finding the show interesting. Granted, it won't get picked up for a second season.
Thank God.
Which is a shame, because I think it has potential. It really does have potential, but I don't know what people want. They're not really using their power. They're focusing on a story where finally Black Bolt is reunited with what's her name, Medusa.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like Black Bolt uses his head instead of using his mouth.
No, he can't though.
I get that, but in this episode, he had an opportunity to wipe out 5 of them in a shot because they were trying to capture him and kill him and stuff like that. But instead, he uses his brain, breaks the gas line. So the guy whose name I think is Mortis that lifts the visor and he kind of has like Cyclops vision,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's more fire versus what Cyclops has. And the girl's like, "Oh, smart, what you just did. If he fires his thing, he blasts us all." And then here comes Medusa in a car, opens the door and smacks Mortis, and he ends up using his power and causes an explosion.
I mean, God, I don't know. I mean, how many episodes is this thing again?
It's only got 3 more.
I might check
or
it out.
4 more. I don't know how they're doing it. It's only 8 episodes, but and then you got Maximus, who's gonna go back into Terrigenesis form.
Well, okay.
I guess this is how he's gonna get his powers the second time.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
And I did not watch X-Men yet, so I can't speak on it. But I'm liking X-Men, so I'll be watching that one later.
Cool. You can talk about it all you want.
Look, see, Dustin says it's not that bad. In Humans, I'm pretty sure he's referring to.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. All right. Anything else?
Even Dustin is agreeing that The Gifted is good.
I'm glad it is, and you guys are watching it.
You were just hating on the Singer universe.
I see. X-Men is a.
Oh, that's what we didn't touch on. Deadpool and Dark Phoenix both wrapped production over the weekend.
Yeah, both did. And I believe Aquaman is ending soon.
Damn, already?
Yeah, soon. No, not now, but soon.
I know he announced that Patrick Wilson is done filming.
Patrick Wilson is done. Someone else was done. I think they should be done by December, because that would make it 4 months. Filming.
Oh, and I saw something earlier today that Wonder Woman should go into production sometime in 2018.
June of 2018 is when they go into production of Wonder Woman.
For sometime release in 2019?
Yeah. And word is, so next year we have 3 movies in production for DC. February is Shazam. Wonder Woman's in June, and Suicide Squad is some point. I just don't know when. But the Suicide Squad, I am pleased because they hired Gavin O'Connor for Suicide Squad to write and direct, and that is director of The Accountant.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, all right, this should be much better. This should be much better.
You finished Voltron season, what is it, 4 or
no? I
3?
I didn't. 3. I haven't watched 4 yet.
Oh, so this second half of the season. So they broke up the season to only give you 6 more. That's just stupid.
Because they're changing the formats.
Which is stupid.
It's going to be 4. So basically 4 times a year you will get Voltron. That is the idea. Now, so it's 4 times a year, which I kind of like. It's just the way the season started later. So I think next year is where we're now kicking properly, where it's like first half.
So basically, they'll do every quarter. Voltron will come out, which I could deal with. But Richie A, no, I don't want a Yoda movie. We don't need a Yoda movie. Let them expand on something new. No one wants to watch the little green man walking up and down the screen all day.
I want a Yoda movie, but I want a Yoda movie 400 years before. Way back when there were some badasses as Siths. Then you can incorporate some of those other storylines in there. Just
see, the problem with that is he wasn't a Jedi.
How long has he been? Was he a Jedi for?
You understand? He's almost 900 years old.
Yeah.
And he's been a part of the Order probably a third of that.
How? Okay, fine. Then beginning of then doesn't matter. It's still older than everybody else. A third, that's still fine.
But then you're touching on villains that they don't want to introduce.
No, but they can pick and choose. Remember, they can pick and choose the villains they want to put in and bring. So basically, they can pick somebody that maybe, if Sidious talks about a certain villain, right? You know, because that's what they always do. They always talk about somebody that inspired them to do what they did, somebody from way back. That's just who you use as the person with Yoda. Done. Yoda doesn't have to defeat him, but that's just the beginning of Yoda's master. And you create a whole different anthology series from there.
So the thing what you want there is, it could work.
It will work.
They might have to retcon shit again.
Like what?
Well, Yoda had come in contact with Bane in Clone Wars, the final season that never aired, but you got it on Netflix.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about Bane. I'm talking about going back. If Yoda spent
but then that's expanding into the extended universe.
Yeah, they can pick and choose from there. They just have to pick and choose. Yeah, you're going to retcon things, but at that point, you're picking.
Yoda never fought them. That's the thing. So
Yoda doesn't have to fight them. Yoda will fight other people that is new, but maybe that person's underlings. Yoda's master will fight them.
I already saw season 4's 2 episodes. Oh, so beautiful.
So it's how you do it. If you go back, it's 800 years of history. Yeah. If you go back, you can touch on, like, you could do the movie where you touch on his young life, just initially, like, this is where Yoda is from, to when he became a Jedi. And that's where you spend it. Like, you spend that time and you see Yoda's master and you realize that Jedis. And so basically what that movie will do to me is this: if this movie, episode 8, is talking about a force that you've not seen. So basically the two people who have super strong force powers are both Kylo and Rey. And Luke has never seen them before, but that's something Yoda has seen. And Yoda's not around to tell them, right? Doesn't matter. So it's something that's way back, that's coming back again. That's how you do that. It's not really a connection, but it's just something that showcases that everything goes through a cycle. That's what they always talk about the Force, right? You know, comes, goes, all that kind of stuff. So
there has to be a balance of good and evil in a universe.
Exactly. So you can do that.
I mean, I guess it could work. I probably prefer a Yoda movie over the Obi-Wan movie.
Yeah, that's why I say, like, if you do the Yoda one, you can go back and you can create a story. They've not told it, even in the anthologies, they don't tell us. I mean, not anthologies, in the books, they don't give us that much background to Yoda's history, even when he was a young Jedi. They really don't.
True.
So that means you can make your story.
And you're not really changing much.
Exactly.
Because you're taking it back then. So yeah.
As long as it's then, not anything current at all. Not anything current. You put it that way. You're the movie with the first Sith Lords. I mean, like, there's so many possibilities there, man. Mm-hmm. I definitely agree. Definitely agree. All right, guys. I think that's pretty much it for this week. I will put my reactions in there for both Black Panther and Star Wars. Definitely check it out. Black Panther looks on point, man. Star Wars on point too.
Can't wait to go see. What do you think of the New Mutants trailer? Don't know what to make of it.
Yeah, I got to see more, and I just hope they don't mess it up. That's all.
See, that was a teaser, and exactly what they did was tease you, not really showing off their powers. We don't know what to expect, but from what the director said, it's a mixture of it went over the Cuckoo's Nest and A Nightmare on Elm Street 3. The Dream Warriors. So it's going to be interesting. It's one of those movies where you're like, okay, I'm intrigued to see how they mix horror with a superhero element. Or are these mutants really like anti-heroes? That's going to be the question.
I think they will be.
You know, we got that Game of Thrones star in there, the Stranger Things boy in there, and I don't know the rest of those people. So it's going to be an interesting tale to watch.
Very true. All right, guys. Well, thank you very much for joining us. We always discuss comic books. If you're watching us for the first time, be back here at 9 p.m. on Mondays. We do a comic book trailer reaction, talk, news, as well as shows. And you can catch myself and Lou Rod. Lou is on Twitter. His Twitter handle is right here. And that is Bored Buddha. So you can follow me there. And myself, it is Bored at Work. Subscribe to the channel, Bored at Work. Also on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter's everywhere. It's all Bored at Work. And also the website. So this is and you can also find us on Bored.
Google Play.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. Google Play.
Walking Dead Sunday, no.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you, and always enjoy entertainment.